Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Tonight, we're going to make this no-fray patriotic wreath. It's a flower, and the neat thing is, I'm going to show you how to make the sign, and this is a free printable. Now, you're going to start with 3 colors of mesh if you want to make it a patriotic wreath, and then we're going to get this wreath frame. You can get this wreath frame from Wreath of Joy. Everything will be linked down below. But before I cut all this mesh, and as you can see, guys, I didn't use a wood burner on this, all right? Had a little difficulty with my rotary cutter, but we got it all together, and once we did, it was really easy to work with. I got this yellow one out, it worked fine, but now I'm going to share with you some very important news, because these instructions I give to you, you're going to want to listen really close, because this is how you're going to cut all of your mesh. So let's go back to Julie for more info. Let me go over the measurements first. This is super important to make this whole wreath work, okay? Out of each color, we're gonna cut 3 different sizes, 4 pieces, okay? The first one, you're gonna cut 4 pieces at 17 inches. The second one, you're gonna make 4 pieces out of 14 inches. And the third one, you're gonna cut it 10 inches and you need 4 pieces. So 4 17-inch, 4 14-inch, and 4 10-inch of each color, red, white, and blue. Okay, we're back to future Julie. So what we're going to do first is I'm going to assemble all the petals. This is the 17-inch petal, and as you can see, we're going to fold it over and we're going to have an overhang. We're not going to make a perfect triangle, of course, but I'm going to go down to the edge of this petal here, and I'm going to roll it under a little bit, and we're going to make a bigger daisy petal. This is the way we do it with the 10-inch mesh. Then what I'm going to do, instead of adding a zip tie on the bottom of this, I'm actually going to go and get some of these little hair ties I have. You can get like a big tub of these over on Amazon. They'll last you forever. So I'm going to do all of the colors, the red, white, and blue, in the same pattern, the same way, for the outer layer of our wreath. So it's very important that you do this, okay? This is the 17-inch petal. The next one we're going to do is the 14-inch petal. And as you can see, the back of that petal will have a little bit of a gap, but that's okay. Nothing's going to fray because there's going to be no raw edges showing. That is a great, great thing for our wreath and for the life of our wreath as well. So get all of the 17-inch petals made. Okay, so now we're going to do the 14-inch. Now we're going to fold over the same way, but we're not going to have as big of a kind of an edge or a hangover. Then we're going to make the petal. Now this is going to be about 1 or 2 inches smaller than the biggest petal. And as you can see, we did this on a wreath a year ago. We made a sunflower wreath. It's absolutely stunning. I'll leave the link down below as well, or here on the screen for you to watch that as well. And now you can kind of see the differences in sizes, all right? So do that with the red, the blue, and the white, and make 4 petals of each, again, at the 14-inch cut. This is really simple. This is a, what do you call it? Something that we've done before in the past, so it should be easy. Then we're going to take the 10-inch mesh, all right? This is pretty straightforward. You're going to make a triangle, make another triangle, and then you're going to make a daisy petal within that, all right? It's pretty easy. This is smaller. Now, keep in mind, if you wanted to play around with the measurements, you could totally do that. So, like, what do I mean when I say that? Well, instead of doing the 17-inch, 14-inch, and 10-inch, you could do like an 18-inch, maybe a 15 or 16-inch, and a 13-inch. Really have fun with it. I'm going to get all these petals ready, and now we're going to assemble our wreath. And I kind of like doing it this way. So we're going to take that wreath frame we got from Wreath of Joy. You can get this mesh, I believe, from the Wreath shop, and I'll list it all down below. We're going to put a zip tie on the second ring of this frame. Then we're going to slip in the bigger petals underneath that second ring, okay? And what this is going to do, it's going to anchor our petals. Our petals are going to stay put. They're not going to hang backwards if we would have put it on the very first ring, okay? You're going to do this red, white, and blue. And this has 4 sections. This is a 10-inch wreath frame. And basically what you're going to do is do 3 petals in each of these sections on this frame. So that's why we have 4 of each color on each size. So you're just going to attach it to the wreath frame, and then I'm going to show you a really quick way of me doing it. I wish I could go this quickly. I really, really do. You get the first round of petals. These are your 17-inch. Now we're going to work on our 14-inch. Now this is where we're going to use the third bar of the frame and the grid that is in the middle. We're going to set 3 of these zip ties for each section. And then you're going to add the petals per colors, okay? So the first one would be the red, then the white, and then the blue. I tried my best to keep these aligned as well as I could, but you know how it goes. It doesn't always work out that way, but I still am really happy with the way this turned out. Now, if you're sitting here and you're watching this and you're like, Julie, how would you sell this wreath? Now, I don't know if you know, but I have something called Julie's Biz Boutique. And if you're interested in learning how to sell your crafts, sell your products, do social media, how to run a business online, Julie's Biz Boutique is the perfect place to start. So, again, go to the description box, check it all out. And in this particular wreath, I really like this because this was a really affordable wreath to make. Okay, so once you get that all done, I wanted to show you a really cool tool because I found that I needed to cut the edges of these little petals off. Now, I shared this tool the other day on Facebook and you guys all went nuts for it and like bought all the black ones. You bought every last one of them. But here's the thing, they have a yellow version and I will have that link down below. I also was able to take my scissors with this particular mesh and use it as well. I love these scissors. They are the best scissors. I'm going to show you how I'm going to sharpen these scissors so I don't have to keep buying new scissors, but keep the same ones nice and sharp. So I cut the edges off of these so that we'd have a little bit of room to add our final layer of petals. Now, with all this mesh, you should be able to do 2 wreaths with this, which is really great. And that way you get a little bit more bang for your buck. And if you're selling your wreath, you can make a little bit more money. Now here we are going to do the last layer. So we're going to count about 2 to 3 squares above where we're starting. So here I am going to start above the white one and then I will lay a white petal on top of that one. As you can see, cutting the little pieces of mesh, of the little tail, so to speak, really helps clean it up and it's not going to make the middle really hard to deal with at the end here. Then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to count up from the blue and we're going to add a blue petal, a red petal, and so forth. This is great because we were able to do exactly, let's see, how much, let's see, I can't think, Julie. You have 4 petals and 3 layers. So 12 petals of each color is 36 petals total. So it worked out really great. You might not be able to get an actual 2 wreaths made with this, but you could come close to it. And another thing you could do is actually use an 8-inch frame and make a smaller wreath for it. But add these petals, and I'm going to show you how to make the sign here in a moment. Center of this wreath, we're going to make our own wreath sign. I had a pack of these round circle wood blanks from Hobby Lobby. You can get it in the back of the store. I'm going to add some white acrylic paint. Use whatever color that you want. It's really up to you. You just need a good layer for this. Then you're going to let that dry and then we're going to come back and we're going to print out the free printable that is in the description box of this video. Now here's the thing, it's a Google Drive. You don't need to be scared of it. You can print it out safely, don't worry about it. Then what you're going to do is you're going to cut it out and you're going to use like precision scissors. So you just want to be really careful and go a little slow. When you're printing this out, I want you to make sure that on your printer settings that you do the best quality. If you don't, you'll have some lines in your sign and you're not going to want that. Once that's all cut out, we're going to add it to our sign. But how are we going to add it to our sign? Mod Podge. Mod Podge is going to show us how to do this. So what I do is I add a layer of Mod Podge and we're going to let this dry. This is my preferred method of adding any type of paper, uh, napkins, fabric is with the Mod Podge. I let this dry and then we're going to iron it on. Now, all right, I want to show you this little tool. This is actually a scissors and a knife sharpener. And as you can see on my scissors, I have little notches in them, and sometimes it makes my scissors dull. And basically, I ordered this from Amazon, and it's very easy to use. If you want to use it for the knives, you can actually suction it onto your table, and it works nicely. After I did this, my cutting of this felt went perfectly. And you're going to make this for the back of your wreath. So once that Mod Podge dries, then we're going to get this little iron out. You can use a big iron. It's really up to you. And I'm going to place this the picture that you are going to download and print on your printer, and you're going to iron this. I just have one of these little Teflon pieces for protection. You can get these off of Amazon as well. And then you're just going to iron this on. And basically what that's going to do is activate that Mod Podge and make it work like a glue. This idea came to me. I was so excited to share because this is this has been one of my goals for this year, is to show you how to make your own wreath signs. And I think this turned out really cute. Here's one more tip. We're going to take and put Mod Podge over top of it, and we're going to just make sure that we have it sealed, because if it's outside, we don't want the weather to get on it, and this is paper, so we need to protect it. So add one more layer of Mod Podge and let it dry. Once that's dry, it's ready to put the little pipe cleaner on the back, and we're going to attach this to our wreath. Now, I was able to do this all in one afternoon, so you don't have to let everything dry overnight. It's great. But we're just going to take a pipe cleaner. We're going to add some glue. My glue gun was giving me some problems. The smaller of this particular glue gun always gives me problems. So if you have any suggestions on these small tip glue guns, let me know in the comments. And if you've watched this whole video, leave me a gold star in the comments, all right? But we're going to add a little piece of felt, let that dry, and then put it in the center of our wreath. I think this turns out so beautifully. And with the no-fray petal technique, this is going to last you a while. So one of the things that you can do to protect the color of your mesh is to use some Rust-Oleum clear acrylic matte spray paint. Now, you're going to look for the bottle that says UV resistant. And what that's going to do is it's going to give you a little bit of protection from the sun. Will it do everything for you? No, but it will protect your wreath. Then you're going to take that piece of felt that we cut out before. It's 10 inches in diameter, and I'm just going to poke some holes in it. And then I'm going to take some zip ties, and we're going to take it and put it on the wreath. This is what protects the back of the wreath. This is what kind of hides all the stuff we don't want to see if you put it outside on a clear door. So this is really easy to do. Make sure you put little zip ties, and then you're going to cut them, and then you're going to kind of tuck them underneath like I show you here, and it's going to be super easy to do. Once you get that all done, you're going to have a beautiful wreath. And guys, thank you so much for staying around. And I'm sorry that my voice is just not up to snuff this week, but we've been sick and we got to get better. But this would be the perfect wreath for your door to celebrate the 250th birthday of our country. Or make one for your country. Wherever you live, you can do this wreath too. I hope you love it, and I'll see you next time in Julie's Wreath Boutique.